Hello, Potato, and welcome to Weekend Magic for June the 25th, 2022. And as you can see, we have 2020's Minnie Mouse the Mini Attraction number 4. It's a Small World sitting here on the table, which can only mean one thing. There's only one reason I would have gotten her out and put her in here. There's only one thing this video could possibly be about, and that is, of course, keys. Yes, we have keys. Let's go down and look at them. So, of course, last week, Disney released the Lilo and Stitch 20th Anniversary Key. This week they released a D23 pin for it, and unfortunately, that was apparently quite popular, because while we ordered it, we did later in the day get a notice that they had oversold the 2,000 that they had made, and we wouldn't be receiving ours. So that's unfortunate. But we did get the key. The key is here. It arrived. It arrived in a box. In a box all by its lonesome, I might add. So not in a mailing envelope. And kind of rattling around, because their smallest boxes are still fairly large for something like this. But it arrived in good condition, unlike, say, our Pride key. So I'm not actually complaining, because it arrived in good condition, and that's what I like to see. Apparently, if you find a store that sells it, it's $14.99. I'm guessing that's how much I paid for it on Shop Disney as well, but I don't remember, and I don't pay that much attention, to be honest, because, I mean, I think they're all $15 now, aren't they? But caution, it's not a toy. Let's look at the key here. Got this lovely little tropical print. I think it's the same print that's on Lilo's dress, right? That's what they're going for there. Then we have Lilo and Stitch themselves there on the shaft of the key. The words Lilo and Stitch there towards the front, just in case you forgot what for. Let's get this without the glare of the light on it, and I really can't. So you get the idea though. And then of course, more of the Lilo dress print on the teeth. It's what you'd expect from a Disney key at this point. I mean, they've been doing these things since, what, 2018 when they first released that Mickey Mouse anniversary one, and it's just been just an avalanche of keys ever since. And this one is no different. It's no better, but it's no worse. It's a key, a store opening key, a key to imagination key, whatever you want to call them. It's the Lilo and Stitch version of it. Now, of course, last week they didn't just release the Lilo and Stitch key. They released the Hercules key, which we looked at in last week's video. And on Friday last week, they released, as a giveaway, the Buzz Lightyear key. And this is the first one we've received. This one actually came all on its own. It came in a mailing envelope because the thing that I ordered it with was a pre-order. And now that I think about it, there should be another one of these. I need to go check something real quick to make sure I didn't throw it away. So I've checked and there wasn't another one there. So I think this is actually the one that came with so there's we have at least like 3 more of these coming. This may actually, I think I commented previously about the last key. I don't know what the last key even was. Was it the last giveaway key, I mean? Was it the turning red one? That one went out pretty quick. I don't know. I know I mentioned before about another previous key being like the next Eternals key or Black Widow coin, and I think actually it's going to be Lightyear here. Not only because I guess the movie hasn't done super well, because I'll be honest, I wasn't that into it until I started to learn more about it either. Or if they just made a lot of them because they just thought it would be like bigger than it so far has been. But we have at least 3 or 4 more of these coming. Many of them by itself. And this actually was shipped by itself, despite the fact that the items that I think it goes with arrived at the same time yesterday. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But here is our Buzz Lightyear movie key. We've got the movie Buzz Lightyear well, he's got hair. That's a big difference. And a lot less, I mean, that could be Toy Story Buzz there. But over here on the teeth, that's definitely more of a, not necessarily realistic human, but like the Pixar idea of what a realistic human looks like. And being a free key, you don't have it in a box. We can actually look at the whole thing. I guess, given that we have a few of these, maybe I can do what I used to do with the original keys and have an action figure wield it as a keyblade. It's not a bad little key, though. It's done up in Buzz colors. A little bit darker, I think, than you usually get for Toy Story. But again, because this isn't Toy Story Buzz Lightyear, this is Lightyear Buzz Lightyear, the Lightyear that presumably the Toy Story Buzz Lightyear is based on. Although I think Toy Story Buzz is based on Buzz Lightyear Star Command Buzz, which is based on Lightyear. But I don't have necessarily any evidence to prove that. But I think it's all canon. But that's why Zurg looks so much different in Toy Story 2 than he does in the Lightyear stuff, because they changed the designs a bit for the animated series based on the Lightyear movie, and Buzz from the show is based, or rather Buzz from the movies is based on Buzz from that show, which is then based on Buzz from this movie. It's very circular, very cyclical, but it's a nice key. Now we do have one more key to look at today, and that is the most special of today's keys, which is the Mickey Mouse, the main attraction. It's a Small World key, series 4 of 12, limited release, big, chunky metal die-cast key from last week's, April? Yeah, the April release for Mickey Mouse, the main attraction. And as we have the issue with in every one of these, it's just super reflective, and yeah, you can see the camera on the ceiling, and maybe even me, probably better than you can actually see the key. Let's get a little closer so we can get a look at the design there. We have the It's a Small World face from the front of the ride, with the little numbers from the clock around it, and we scroll down here, and it's all just very much kind of inspired by the ride's facade itself, and of course, the 50th anniversary teeth. And then we got the words on the back. Celebrating themes of worldwide peace, unity, and beauty, the famous Fantasyland attraction It's a Small World first opened in Disneyland in 1966. This water-based ride takes you through different cultures and many regions throughout the world. The attraction is most known, however, for its upbeat song. Capture all of the charm of this park's attraction with this collectible. Interesting, this I think is the first one that has referenced Disneyland and not Disney World, since of course these are part of the Disney World 50th anniversary. Do they have it to Small World in Disney World, don't they? In Magic Kingdom? I've never been there. I've mentioned that before. So maybe they don't, but that's kind of awkward, isn't it? They must have a version there, don't they? Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But the key is quite nice, as with all of the Mickey Mouse main attraction keys. It's very nicely sculpted, unlike, say, your Buzz Lightyear here, where it's just your basic Disney key with a different paint job on it. We have a totally unique sculpt. We have unique paint. We have just a unique key, not just a reskin of something they've made previously, which makes these nice. And again, they just come in these big, chunky, almost VHS reminiscent boxes. Perfect for displaying, I'm not sure where, but somewhere. Also perfect for stacking up in a box if you're just putting them away for perhaps future trading. And while we're down here, we still have one more smallish thing to look at, and that, of course, is the April Small World limited release pin for Mickey Mouse, the main attraction. And yes, again, they have stuck the barcode right over the top of the pin, forcing you to open it if you want to get a good look at the design of the pin itself. Because who doesn't want to open up their collectibles? But there we go. There's our Mickey Mouse, the main attraction. It's a Small World pin with some lovely stripy trousers, pink and purple shoes and ears, and very much in line with the color scheme of the ride. And we do actually have a second layer of pin here, if you can see. His waistcoat there and pocket watch are a bit of pin on pin. Generally, I don't know if that really adds too much to this. I mean, looking at it dead on, can you even tell? Because honestly, I didn't realize it was pin on pin until, I just noticed it when I mentioned it to you. But then, of course, when I was looking at it, it had a sticker in front of it, so it really wasn't visible at all. But yep, Series 4 of 12 has the same words on the back that the key had. Double pin Mickey back. And I believe this one is still available. I think this The ears and the plush are all still available on Shop Disney, or at least they were yesterday, which is the last time I looked. And it's a very nice pin. It's I still kind of wish they had done like a multi-pin thing like they did with Minnie Mouse, and do like one of him and maybe something that's just indicative of the ride itself. But still a nice pin, and so far 4 in. We were 4 for 4 on the pins, and I'm pleased with all of them. All right, now it's time to get a little bigger. Now, mind you, when I said a little bigger, I don't necessarily mean up to full size. So we have more real estate here to work with, but we don't need to go full size just yet, because right now we're going to look at the ears. Yep, Mickey Mouse, the main attraction. It's a Small World ears, which, of course, I need to take out of the plastic. You would think if I was smart, I would take this out of the plastic ahead of time, but I don't know, for some reason for me, maybe that's just, when I'm watching other videos, it's satisfying to see it be taken out of whatever packaging it came in. Not necessarily the shipping box, because I have people's addresses on it, but the plastic bag. So here we are out of the plastic bag. Of course, we've got our hook for hanging it up in the stores, which when I was in Disneyland last month, they had quite a lot of, I think particularly the Space Mountain ones hung up. But here we have It's a Small World. And I've never really, until now, thought about the fact that it's all in lowercase letters, because when did It's a Small World video a couple weeks back, I think I did capitalize it in the thumbnail and in the title. So yeah, it's in all caps. But we have the ears. We got again, kind of like with the pin, we got the numbers. In fact, these same numbers. And then we have the facade here in the center, and that's actually metal. I kind of thought that was going to be plastic. We have the little metal bit, and you can sort of rock it back and forth. Let's do it on camera, like it does on the ride. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. And if you keep doing that, it'll eventually rip loose and fall off, because as you can see back here, it's just held on by some thread. So be gentle. It does say Walt Disney World 50th on the back, which again I think is kind of weird, since the description references the Disneyland attraction, not the Disney World, because usually, up to now, these descriptions have changed to refer to Magic Kingdom or Disney World instead of Disneyland, as was referenced on the original Minnie Mouse, the main attraction versions of these items from 2 years ago. But it's nice to get the velvety inside a little bit, but the kind that if you rub this way, you get some resistance, maybe I guess to grip to your hair a little bit. That's not in love with that. The fabric kind of pinches in there. That seems like that should have been smoother. But I mean, it does it on this side too. Yeah, I'm not super in love with that. Of course, we have the CVS receipt warning label on it. But aside from just this kind of pinching into the fabric here by the where the ears stop, overall, I do quite like it. I like the fact that they have a metal piece on there. I don't remember what the ears for Minnie Mouse were actually like, and I'm not going to go dig those out because I honestly don't know where they're stored. But yeah, it's quite nice. This is done like that faux leather, nicely stitched, good and thick. Look at a couple pieces there, I guess. Maybe just one really thick piece of foam coated in the faux leather, or maybe just a thick piece of the faux leather, but stitched around it to give it a, I don't know, just a little extra something, a little extra detail. It looks nice. I am pleased with it. I still kind of wish they'd gone with like Mickey ears instead of the Minnie ear style things for the Mickey Mouse, the main attraction, but it still looks quite nice. It's a pleasing item to the eyes. All right, so we looked at the key, we looked at the pin, we looked at the ears, and we have Minnie just kind of hanging out here, which means there can only be one more possible thing to look at. The backpack. No, not the backpack, because we didn't get the backpack, at least not yet. But what we did get is the mouse himself, Mickey Mouse. It's a Small World, Mickey Mouse, the main attraction, number 4 plush. And here he is next to his mate, his partner, his best friend, Minnie. And again, very similar in appearances. I think the colors maybe match a little better on their faces this time than they did with Pirates. Of course, instead of having the flower on his ears, he's actually got it right here as like a little boutonniere on his vest. He's got the numbers from the clock, just like the ears and just like the key, and of course just like the pin that is based on his appearance. Now, one of the neat things about him that I thought was really special, and there's some issues with it, but I think it's so special, is that he has a pocket watch, and I just knocked over the pin. Let's pick that up. He has a little pocket watch here with the face on it, because if you notice, like Minnie has the face up here on her bow, and of course the ears have the metal version of it there at the center, and he doesn't have anything going on his head in this one, so they've given him the face on a pocket watch, which I think is a really nice detail. I also think that it could have been a little sturdier. It feels fragile. It feels like it's going to break off. It's kind of stitched to his hand there, it's stitched to his coat there, and this bit actually kind of bugs me, this little bit of loose string end. I feel like they could have done something else with that, maybe like, stitched it into the vest, or I don't know, something that just looks not great. But of course he has the Mickey Mouse The Main Attraction Series 4 of 12 logo on his foot. On the back of his ear we have the Walt Disney World 50th Anniversary logo. And while we're back here, let's look at just the back of his coat. Fairly plain, done in the It's a Small World colors. His pants kind of got like a Pee Wee Herman vibe for me for some reason. Pee Wee Herman's what I think of when I look at those pants. That or maybe like Saved by the Bell. The pants are kind of ugly. The colors don't quite match. The purple, I think, is pretty close. The dark purple and the purple here. But the pink on her dress, I feel, is a little bit more vivid. Of course, she has the numbers over here on the dress. And frankly, the dress just has a lot more going on in general. And, being a dress has a lot more room to have a lot more going on in general that you just really don't have on Mickey. I mean, they could have done something else with those pants. Those pants are not fantastic. And frankly, neither are like the nylon sneakers he's got going on. But from like the waist up, he's quite nice. And again, we got the watch, which is nice. Now, last time with the It's a Small World, of course, we still have not received the Mad Tea Party plush. That's still not due like till end of summer, early fall. So we haven't compared those two yet. But last time we looked at the Pirates of the Caribbean plush together, I did not care for the Pirates Minnie on her own. And I really felt that Pirate Mickey just kind of brought her up, and together they made for a much better set than she did on her own. In this case, I don't feel like that's the case. He does not bring her up. I mean, I don't think she does much to bring him up either. They certainly look nice together. But I think just, individually, I think she's still the nicer design than he is. I feel like just more thought went into her. Or maybe just because, again, there's more to do with her. But I feel like the Pirate Mickey had the jacket, and he had a hat too, didn't he? I mean, there was a lot more going on there. This one's a lot plainer than Pirate Mickey was. And it's interesting because, I mean, the minis were all, I think, of very similar quality and the amount of extra effort put into them. Mickey, they really do seem to go back and forth between just like how much extra goodies they put on the Mickey plush. And I don't dislike this. Let me be clear. It's a perfectly fine plush. It doesn't have the same wow factor to me that the pirate one did, or even that Minnie here does. Only really issue I have with Minnie is just that her waist could be a little lower, just so maybe the dress didn't pooch out so much, or maybe the dress could be like a softer fabric. I don't know. I mean, he's got, because I feel like that's more like the waist, right? Like right there, like where their hands go. I mean, at least where their wrists go. And just her waist is a little high on this, and I think it affects the dress. And I think this isn't the only one from Minnie Mouse Main Attraction that has that issue. I feel like the merry-go-round, the King Arthur's Carousel, had a similar issue to that. But we'll go over that again when we get to the King Arthur version of Mickey. Yeah, she's a nice one. It's not as big a disparity between as there were with the pirate ones, but I think she is the nicer of the two. But still, it's a nice collection. I am not displeased. My complaints about him are both minor and petty and not that big of a deal. So, probably best that we just ignore them and enjoy having completed 4 parts of the series. It's the end of June, and we've just got April. So, we'll hopefully be caught up by December. But that's going to wrap us up for this week. That our Mickey Mouse Main Attraction is the major focus of this week. And I hope you found it at all interesting or entertaining. I think as of yesterday, These 3 items were still available on Shop Disney. The key, of course, is gone. Might still be in one of the parks if you're near them, but because I did remember seeing the, I think, definitely saw the Pirates key. I think maybe the Space Mountain key while we were there. So, if you're near a park, you might check it out. But yeah, these I'm pretty sure are going to stay gone from Shop Disney. But yeah, I hope you found this all interesting or entertaining. If you did, go ahead and give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave in the comments below. Let me know which one you think is better, Mickey or Minnie, or if you just think they're both equally nice or perhaps even equally not nice. Whatever you think, let me know. But I think Minnie's a little bit nicer. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.